Hello there. Welcome back to Zimsec O-Level Commerce. In this video, we want to look at introduction to commerce. So we are going to start by trying to understand exactly what do you mean by uh, commerce as a term. So you see that commerce involves the activity of buying and selling, especially on a large scale. So any activity that involves buying and selling, uh, we term that commerce. So you'll see that it also consists of trade and aids to trade are taking place along the entire supply chain. So when you're talking about trade and also aids to trade, that will be taking place through the supply chain. I will also call that commerce. So basically, it's the exchange of goods and services between two or more entities. So if you have a scenario of two entities also exchanging goods and services, we also call that a commerce. So it typically involves buying and selling things of value. So basically, that's the explanation that we have in terms of commerce. So we have that explanation again according to this video. So in this video, we have a few notes that we have on the introduction to commerce as a subject. So you see that this is the definition that we have according to this video, which is it is that commerce is the distribution of goods and services from the producer to the consumer in order to satisfy human needs and wants. So basically, that's the explanation that we have in terms of what is commerce. Then we have got definition of key terms. These are just basic terms that you just need to know as you start to study commerce. So we have got goods, and then when you're looking at a good, these are items that satisfy human wants. So basically, that's the basic explanation that we have in terms of goods. So here you see that it reads these are tangible items with the physical attributes for a car, a desk as example. We have got meat as an example. So anything that we can see and touch is called a good. That's the meaning of tangible. So you'll see that these goods can be classified as we have got durable goods. And when we talk about durable goods, we're talking about goods that last for a longer period of time. So we are saying which lasts for a long time. For example, we have cars, furniture, equipment. So we say that those fixed assets or non-current assets are the ones that we refer as durable because they last for a longer period of time. Then we've got non-durable goods that do not last for a longer period or they last for a short period. We've got consumables, they are part of non-durable goods. This have short lifespan. We expect these typical goods to last for a short period. Then we've got consumer goods. These are finished and ready for use by the end user. Point, pen, furniture, and refrigerator. So consumer goods, we are saying these are goods that are used by the consumer. So basically, that's the explanation in terms of consumer goods. So basically, we are saying these are goods bought and used by consumers. So you see that these are finished products bought by individual buyers for their use. So basically, that's what we have in terms of consumer goods. The next one we've got capital producer goods. So these are used to produce other goods. For example, tractor, sewing machine, assembly plant. So we are also having those non-current assets being part of capital goods or producer goods that we use to produce other goods. So basically, that's what we have. Then lastly, we have got services as a term. Services, we are talking about the intangibles now. Remember, on goods we were talking about. On goods, we are talking about tangibles, whereby we classified goods as durable goods, non-durable goods, consumer goods, and then we also have capital goods. So these are all examples of goods. And then on the other hand, we have services, which are tangible items such as they are intangible items such as education, entertainment. So our services are those that we cannot see and touch. So that's the example. When I give an example of education, it's something that we can only regard as a service, but we cannot see it and touch it. So basically, that's what we have in terms of what is a need and what is a want. So we'll start with a need. So a need obviously is something that humans cannot live without. So there are things that we need in order to survive. Basic human needs include water, food, shelter, clothes, medical care, education, which are necessary for survival. So basically, we are saying you cannot live without water, you cannot live without food, so it becomes a need. So basically, that's what we have. Then we have got wants. When we're talking about wants now, these are things that we can do without, but require them in order to live comfortable life. For example, we've got ones the examples of ones that are given a television, you are given cars, are given home theater, radio, entertainment. These are things that you can live without. But obviously, these they represent that the quality of life that you are living is been upgraded. So basically, that's what we have. Then we also have producers and consumers as terms. Remember, we are just looking at key terms that you will see as you are going to study commerce as a subject. Then you've got producer. So a producer is it might be a business or an individual that converts raw materials into finished goods or processes raw materials or inputs into finished products. So that's a producer. So the explanation that we have here for producers that those involved in obtaining raw materials or manufactured goods, offering services and trading. So basically, that's the explanation that we have in terms of producer. Then we've got consumer and the end user of goods and services. So a consumer becomes the end user of goods. So basically, the consumer is the one who buys the finished goods that have been manufactured by the producer and then uses those goods. So that's a consumer. So that's what we have. So the basic concept on consumer is the issue of using the product. That's why we're saying consumer. So that's what we have. It's the last term that we have according to this video. So let's take note. More videos are going to come as we move with the syllabus of O-level commerce, and also as we approach exams, more typical examination questions will be uploaded. So let's stay tuned. Let's subscribe and share. Let's share the link to our colleagues who are doing Zimsec O-level commerce. And also, let's get notified by subscribing and turning on the notification button so that when we upload new videos, you get notified. So let's meet again in the next video. As for this video, I'm out.